Alright, hello users! Welcome to another episode of the Crypt. This is going to be an extra special episode because we have our correspondent back on. Hello, Bully Hunter Bricriu from Discord. How's it going?
Hello.
So I have on screen the Bitcoin one-day chart. So I just want to look at this real quick. 24 hours ago we were at 7,500, 7,600 even. So I was like, okay, 7,600. You know, that's already down from like the 80s, you know, the 85, 84 range that we were kind of sitting at for a while. So if you look at the 7-day, okay, maybe not the 7-day, maybe that was less or more than that. Yeah, we were sitting at like just above 8,000 for a while, and then we dropped, and then it looks like now we're in the middle of dropping again. So as you can see, there is some giant price action in the last like few hours, from 72 all the way down to like 68, and we're currently at 67.52 on CoinMarketCap. So this isn't the most up-to-date real-time feed, but this is some pretty shit. So I put some more money in, because why not? What could possibly go wrong? Am I right? So Bricriu, also known as Bully Hunter Bricriu, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'd like to say it's my first time blowing out account on BitMEX. It's it's pretty. I was on 10x leverage. I got BTFO'd pretty quick. That was good.
I told you to stay away from BitMEX. What did I tell ya?
Shush, shush, shush.
Shush, shush.
I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back. And you think you can stop me? You can't. I just need more liquidity. This looks like the end, and I mean like in an apocalyptic way, but it's not. It can't be. Not like this.
Not like this. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not like this.
Well, we've been here before. I remember back in, what was it, like February, March, April, around there.
Yeah,
where,
April.
like, we went down to, let me just look at the charts.
6,400, and then Crypto Kobe just went in and like market bought, and then held into like 10K, and then sold it. Yeah. Absolute legend status. Like, big shout out to Crypto Kobe.
I mean, it looks like. Okay, so it was in February. We went down to 6,000. So the lowest it looked like was 6,094 that I can see on CoinMarketCap.
And then there were some serious pumps that came in.
So we're not at the 2018 low yet. Some would say that the last 2 hours would be a reasonable claim to say we are fast approaching the 2018 low. But let's get into why you think that's going to be, or why you think that's happening, Bricriu, because you have some actual information here.
Yeah, there's been some discussion, and one of the big things that's come out is that some of the exchanges who are supposed to report to the CME, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is the group that regulates futures trading for Bitcoin specifically, they have stopped reporting all their trade data, and this has reached a concerning level, because when you stop reporting your trades, that's when it's probably because you've been engaged in insider trading in some way, shape, or form, or price manipulation. Something
spicy is going on.
Yeah, something spicy. Someone's cooking the books. You know, bam! They're going for it. Yeah, like they're like, you know what? 20 million in shorts, bam! And then they buy it up, they sell it, they make the contract, they sell it to themselves, and they buy it from themselves at a loss so they can sell it to someone else at a profit. God knows how they do it, but again, like, what lawyers do is they make paper, and whenever you make that much paper, somebody is bullshitting somebody else, and you're getting a raw deal. Whenever someone asks you to sign something, you should just look at them and say no, tell them you don't know how to write, then go back to your cave. And that's legal advice.
Professional financial advice coming at us from Bricriu.
That's legitimate advice. Return to your cave if you're ever asked to sign a document. So the big concern here is that, yeah, there's been a lot of insider trading, wash trading, a lot of stuff that is categorically illegal. And all the time, like, I'm going on, like, somebody's, just like a shit Discord, you know, like Crypto Cartel or Loom Darts or someone, and there's always some idiot who's, like, shit posting about doing something that's blatantly illegal. And then, like, there's this sort of, like, mental gymnastics where they're playing around with money like that they shouldn't have. Like they've got like $20,000-$30,000, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, but it's not illegal for me to do this." And it's like, yeah, that's exactly illegal, and that is more than enough money for that to be a noticeable illegal transaction that you could very well be prosecuted for, and you can see 5 to 10 years.
So what kind of actions are we speaking of?
All right. Well, what's happened so far is only subpoena because, again, the government needs information. That's the whole point about regulation, is they need information to know whether or not someone has violated the regulation. It's all about data collection.
Mm-hmm.
So they said we need to send out subpoenas to all these non-compliant exchanges, but whenever someone sends out a subpoena, the market drops 5%. That's basically the way it works. Is as soon as there's a subpoena, 5% at least. When Cat got subpoenaed, they dropped 20%. like this is the kind of stuff that just happens. As soon as you get subpoenaed, there's a problem. In that lawsuit,
people get scared. They don't want to hold on to you in any capacity if they think that you're up to something shady.
Well, here's the thing that you also might not be considering is that Bitcoin is uniquely well positioned. That someone who is, say, competent and cogent with finance and law, like I am, could easily devise a system where you could wash your money with this, and you could launder money in large scale. And if you needed money to, say, pay for a very expensive prosecution, yes, you would probably start liquidating your assets. I think that in a part of this, in all that we see, all the uncertainty, and it is fear, uncertainty, and doubt that's emerged from these subpoenas, in all this, an additional, in some dark corner, is somebody who is actually guilty, who is liquidating their Bitcoin to somehow either escape from justice or to pay for a very expensive trial.
Okay.
And they're going to need it. They're going to need it because the person who gets put up on a cross as the person who is... Like, there always needs to be an example. Like, how do you teach people not to do something? Is you take one person who did it and you just torture them in front of everybody. And that's how any government teaches people collectively not to engage in a certain activity. Bernie Madoff was sentenced to a lifespan and a half in prison because they made an example out of him. And whoever gets put up on a cross for the Bitcoin futures, they are going to be looking at something similar.
Okay. So you basically are saying that some shady business is going on, and because of that shady business, some, whale of some kind is just getting rid of all their Bitcoins, getting all their dollars back, and paying for like 15 billion lawyers.
Oh, I didn't say dollars. I'm guessing these are either rubles or...
Okay, well, some sort of obscure fiat currency that people stopped caring about decades ago.
Pick a country without a Belize. Belize, it doesn't have an extradition treaty. Same thing with Ireland. Any country that makes extradition a pain. Probably
Okay.
Monaco, too. Anyway, but yeah, generally, yeah, whatever country they be fleeing to.
That's a very interesting thing about Bitcoin in general, is like, you can just keep all your shit in Bitcoin, and then literally just run the fuck away. And then, like, who's going to know that? How are they going to know that? They can't know that.
And the best part about local Bitcoin is you can always find somebody who's willing to buy one Bitcoin at like 110%. Like they'll pay through the nose for that stuff. I mean, local Bitcoin was still running at like $1,300 when the market had slowed down to 10. That was the last time I checked the website.
I was thinking about maybe trying some local Bitcoin stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of spooky.
Yeah, very creepy. Especially like that much money without any safety, like that's a target on your back. You don't
exactly. But I mean, people would do that. So there's always options, and there's always ways to keep any government from knowing your assets, and that's one thing I do like about cryptocurrency, because
I was
personally I fucking hate the government. So
yeah, same. But I was more worried about the other person, because then they would have your Bitcoin, and they would know you'd have like $10,000 in cash, and they'd potentially know where you live because they'd have your cell phone number. And or your IP address, which would be the more dangerous thing, so they could absolutely monitor everything that happened inside your home, know when you would be there, probably where you hid your money.
Let's discuss what you think about price prediction, because people love price prediction. So I want to give this like a title. Like when I make the title for this video and on the thumbnail, I want to put a number for a price prediction. So you know Mr. McAfee, right? He's up to no good, causing trouble in the crypto neighborhood and so forth. He is very not hesitant, but what's the word? He's very bullish, I guess you could say, on it hitting 15,000 by the end of June. And it's been a meme. I've been following the memes, and I've been making fun of him myself. If you watched one of the other episodes, how do you think that's going to go? What are we going to look at by the end of June?
Well, I called Mr. McAfee a couple of times when he posted his phone number. I don't know if you guys haven't, like, I don't know if it's still his number. I should go back and find it, because, man, John McAfee literally doxed himself and, like, posted his phone number. It was actually answering, like, phone calls from people. It was all over 4chan.
That's epic as hell.
They were prank calling him, and he was mad. Like, straight up, like, come over here and I'll fucking kill you.
He says he wants to run for president, too, which is a good fucking meme.
So good. Like, what a talent. Not just for putting your phone number publicly on Twitter and threatening to kill people when they call you, but for giving us one of the most, I don't know, there was a call by Moku, 33K by July, but that failed. He had a technical analysis that showed an open channel moving upwards towards 33K if 8,200 didn't break, and that broke a long time ago. Now we're looking at revised downwards trajectories. I do think 10K is a possibility by the end of July. I think in the short term we're going to see a return by the end of next week. We're again looking at perhaps 7,000, 7,400, a return to the normal with increased volume and increased interest, because with these subpoenas going out, this is a fear moment. This fear won't last long. We'll see a return to basically this. There was supposed to be an upwards trend here. I think there should have been by all natural law.
Looks like we're having some price action. We're back to 67, 77.
Yeah, but we're still, like, I think we're still in a bull market because this market reacted so strongly to bad news.
So what do you mean by that? Like, bull in the terms of people's eyes are glued to the screens and paying attention?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is exactly what I'm talking about. Is we're in a market with keen interest on this, and bull markets typically do react more rapidly to news of any sort than bear markets do, because bear markets are like, I mean, 2008 to 2010, no matter what the fuck happened, the market just went down. Okay. It just went down. And here we're seeing these incredibly punctuated instances where it is in response to information, but it's information which is a little bit esoteric. I mean, like, most people wouldn't think, oh yeah, the CFTC subpoenaed these exchanges, therefore Bitcoin's price will drop 5%. But that's exactly how it's going to work, because it's a financial instrument. It's a commodity. This isn't like an actual company, you know? It's not like...
So, would you say that a lot of the price action in cryptocurrency, just as a whole, like the whole market, is because of just like the boogeyman, essentially? Like, people think something bad is going to happen, so they make some sort of sell, and then that just causes like the domino effect. Would you say that that's an accurate?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're in a learned helplessness condition in the crypto market, where we just had our shit pushed in so often and so frequently and with such vigor that we're just like, okay, now we're going down, and nothing's going to bring the price back up. Oh, 6,000. Oh, that's it. It's over. But the truth is, it's not over. It's never over. Apparently there's not been a hack on a Korean exchange, but again, like, these are panic moments, and the more panic these moments are, like, if an exchange gets hacked, great, your money's safe, because that exchange will either have to go into liquidation like Mt. Gox and repay you, or your funds weren't touched. At which point, does it really matter that the exchange got hacked? It doesn't. Yeah, these are very strong, like, fear moments that are coming in.
It's just like uncertainty, and then you lose access. You just kind of freak the fuck out. I know if any exchanges that I have money on got hacked, I'd probably be freaking the fuck out.
Only when Kraken went down, that was a pretty great time for us all.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Just unpredictable volatility, and again, all this volatility, this has to end, or else big institutions will not openly begin trading their positions. They just can't. They can't do it until they can, like, rationalize. Like no risk assessment would have shown this. Like, I thought I was well risk assessed. I thought that my buffer of like 6,900 would protect me. I thought I would never get liquidated, and I'm sitting here liquidated for the first time ever because all of a sudden Bitcoin decides to go down in value by like $800 over a 24-hour period.
I mean, it's definitely some serious price action, but
Yeah.
my personal opinion is every time the Bitcoin like dumps another $1,000 barrier, I always try to put more money in. So
Yeah.
when we went from 8 to 7, I was like, all right, let me put a few hundred in, and then we just went to 7 to 6, so I put a few hundred in. That's just kind of what I do, because I personally think that it's going to go back up. It's just a matter of when, and I am not in any serious need of money right now, so like it's not, like a few $100s could potentially return a few thousand in like a few months from now. So like I don't really need it. Might as well just throw it in fucking cryptocurrency.
Exactly.
This is definitely not something that's gonna kill the space. I don't like when you go on like r/cryptocurrency and all that kind of stuff. You always see people like freaking out. It's like, oh no, crypto's over. The bubble has popped. It's all done. Like this is like one of the main issues with cryptocurrency is most people that are invested in crypto are just fucking stupid.
Most people are stupid. I think this is growing pains. That's how I describe this. This is definite growing pains.
I would agree. Yeah.
For cryptocurrency as a market. I mean, like every time something, this is like teenage years. Every time something goes wrong, it's the end of the fucking world. Everything is terrible. You never thought you'd be exposed to this much like risk in your life, but it's really not bad. And like again, like an exchange got hacked. An exchange got hacked last week. like it happens. Someone stole like $7 million worth of NEM off a Japanese exchange. Like fuck it. Oh, it was $700,000 or something crazy. It was ridiculous. I can't even recall, but it happens all the time. These downward price moments. I definitely think we're going to see a strong return off of this. This is passing fear, and we're going to see a return back to 74, 7,500, and then after that, we're going to see again positive upwards action, and something might come along again. Like something else horrible might happen. But,
so I'm gonna look at the 1 month chart.
Okay, all right, that's
and,
fair.
As you can see in the 1 month chart, obviously, I mean you could bring it up on your end, but there's a lot of like we went down from 91, we went all the way down to like 83, and then we went back up to like 87. So that's like cool returns. You go back down to 82. So like there's always those like bumps of like a few hundred up, a few hundred down. It's just a matter of being able to take advantage of those bumps.
But we haven't seen a dump this aggressive in a very long time.
Yeah, it's definitely been a few months. But like
This
the thing is like when you see something like this, like who's buying this Bitcoin? You know what I mean? You have to like stop thinking about it in the terms of who's selling and start thinking who's buying.
Who is absorbing this? Yeah, because I
Like-
mean that's the real issue of wash trading. If this is not actual, who is the person who's actually absorbing this Bitcoin at this favorable entry price?
Exactly. Those people are like myself are going to be planning like, yeah, I'm going to not sell until like maybe 7,500. Like I'm just waiting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
We're already seeing a wick emerge on this. A wick of about there's $100 wick on this candle, which is pretty epic. Like there was $100 below where the price ended up settling. Again, like rampant fear. Like people oversell so fucking hard because they get scared. And I think this is the last. Like this is the liquidity test is looking for weak hands. Like who will sell in this market? Who can we take this valuable commodity from? Who is the little beta boy? Like who is the Redditor here? Is essentially
who is
what's
the
happening.
Redditor?
This is
Which one of you
find,
is on r/our cryptocurrency?
Yeah, find the Reddit poster. Like
Take that guy's Bitcoin. Tell him
and
to
we're
go
gonna
fuck
take your
himself.
0.04 Bitcoin. We're gonna take it, and there's nothing you're gonna fucking do or say about it. God, I love fucking Redditors.
God, yeah, I'm probably gonna post this on Reddit. So what do you have to say when it comes to like long term? Like let's say 2 years.
2 years after this passes and we begin to see normalization, acceptance, the CFTC, whatever happens with these subpoenas, again, for every subpoena that gets sent out, you see about I'd probably say it's like 10 subpoenas to one person actually gets charged and it goes to trial. Most of these cases end up with what happened wasn't actually against the law, or the CFTC couldn't prove it.
Just like a misunderstanding, like oops, uh-oh kind of stuff?
Well, it's more like you don't actually have control over this, and then there's a massive legal battle that happens at the appellate courts.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's, whew.
So
I hate those cases. But
while
yeah,
I have you on here, I want to ask one more question.
Mhm.
I don't know. Did I just cut you off? I feel like I might have.
No, go ahead. I'm here for questions.
Okay. Well, how do you feel about the advent of decentralized exchanges? And like, how could you possibly engage, like governmentally wise, like in a decentralized exchange?
This is a very interesting idea, and I want to make very clear this is not me offering anyone legal advice in any capacity, shape, or form. None of my advice is for you. It's just me discussing situations. If you have any questions about the law, please consult a legal professional in your respective jurisdiction, because your jurisdiction might have unique laws about which I am not informed.
Blah blah blah. Okay, get
Blah,
to
blah,
the
blah,
point.
disclaimer.
Get to the
I
point.
actually had to look into FBAR myself, the foreign bank accounts registration stuff, to actually list that I had exchanges, that I had exchange accounts on, you know, exchanges in China and in Japan, and I mean, Europe is Kraken is an American, so I don't think I have to do an FBAR for Kraken, which is fantastic, or Poloniex, because those are both Americans. But IDEX technically is not. I don't have an account on IDEX. I don't think it qualifies for FBAR.
So IDEX, for those that don't know, is a decentralized exchange. You basically just like generate your wallet on IDEX, and then like that's how it works. There's no central servers, there's no central wallets, all that kind of stuff.
It's all done through smart contracts. I don't think it qualifies for FBAR, and I think it's great that these decentralized exchanges are becoming more and more popular.
I know that Binance is working on like what they want to do is like, you know, because they're like one of the most popular exchanges now. They want to work on just decentralizing their version, which if something like that were to happen, and there was like a decentralized exchange that literally had like anything you'd want on it, and like everyone trusted it, I think that would change a lot of the crypto space for the good.
Oh, exactly. I mean, if Binance goes to full on decentralized, like their operating costs will go to basically like 200 grand a year, and that's going to be so that the guy who's in charge can pay himself enough money that he can like excuse whatever he wants to do, and it will be fantastic. I mean, decentralized exchanges are so efficient, and I mean, this is all about efficiency. And again, like the way I view this market, this is all about this tool is so efficient. Like that's why, again, like that's what attracts me to speedrunning, efficiency. What attracts me to finance, efficiency, because efficiency is value. People don't really appreciate that, but efficiency is value in the economy and in life.
Blockchains aren't closed on Sunday. What else do I need to say?
Exactly. This 24-hour market, this runs every second of the day, and it runs a lot faster than like 12 tellers in a bank doing dumb stuff can ever. Like they could never run this fast.
You don't have to wait on the phone for fucking an hour and a half and then have a fucking long, boring conversation where it turns out you don't have a document that you need, so you have to fucking take a taxi all the way to the bank and fucking get some paperwork, bring it home, then scan it, and then fucking send it to them, and your whole day is gone. You don't need to do that with blockchain.
I'm depressed just hearing you describe that experience.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. We're looking at a very positive order book moving in now. So again, my big takeaway is this momentary fear, all this stuff is going to start fading as we begin to move in. People like have to accept that smart contracts are just valid. Like these are empirically true things that happen. They are tested by computers so many fucking times. There is no possible way that this is not a true statement about the worth present in this account. These actions took place. They're completely verifiable. My big secret that I was irping about earlier with Cyber is that I found a coin called Silent Notary, which is a utility coin for attorneys, and it notarizes stuff on the blockchain, and it can make things so much more efficient. I'm looking forward for this. I mean, I see massive efficiency coming in. We're looking at energy crunches, data crunches. We need to find a more efficient way of managing our information, and I think the blockchain provides that in the most elegant way that we've seen to date. If something comes along that beats it, we'll know, because it will be truly revolutionary in the same way that blockchain has been. But all this computer power is being optimized, and I think within 2 years we're going to see Bitcoin trading at a couple $100,000, because by 2020, the last Bitcoin's going to have been mined out, right? Like, there's like 6 million left.
I don't know about that. I don't know much about like when Bitcoin's gonna end. One thing I'm worried about when it comes to Bitcoin being the forerunner currency and the front runner as well is that like what do we do when like one Satoshi is worth like $10? You know what I mean?
I think that's when again, like that's when you buy a Lamborghini every day for lunch. That is.
Well, I mean, adoption-wise, like a currency like Bitcoin it's not as future-proof as something with a higher
precisely.
supply.
Exactly, which is why EOS and other things are very attractive to me. Like, oh, EOS, oh, like I understand EOS has a lot of potential for being subject to attack, like a lot of it. I mean, we're already seeing a lot of exploits coming out, and they couldn't even get their mainnet launched in a single day. Like, say what you want about Icon or any of the other projects that actually went from ERC20 to mainnet, they did it in one day, and they did not have competing chains that people were very concerned about. EOS has raised, like at every step, Block 1 has managed to set the bar for people like scratching their heads about whether or not this product is actually appropriately valued, because it looks like such a goat rope.
I just want to make a little observement here. I was checking out the markets, and I now have Binance USDT trading up, which is actually the highest volume for Bitcoin right now, is trading to USDT. So these people aren't exiting the market. That's very important to note. They're tethering up, and they're waiting for the rebound, and that's definitely something you need to consider. Like, if you're looking at something like, I don't know, a USD being the biggest volume, I mean, I'm just saying, like, 6%, 6.2% of all Bitcoin trading is going into USD Tether on Binance, which, I mean, obviously you have USDT on other services, but I'm just saying that, like, that's definitely something to look on the bright side. These people aren't leaving. You can't cash out on Binance. And if you withdraw on Binance, it's like a $25 fee. No one wants to do that, so...
Yeah, that's my favorite part about this market, is how everyone feels collectively trapped, and that there's like no hope out, and that the only way is forward, which is great. I agree with that. The only way is forward, and you're not getting out, and you're not going anywhere. So stop being afraid, because we're going forward, motherfucker. You don't have any choice. You're stuck here. What are you gonna do? Take your 40% loss, you little pussy? Are you fucking stupid? No, you're gonna sit there with your thumb up your ass, and you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait it out, and when we're done, when you're done with this, you're not going to sell. Don't even fucking touch your private keys. You take them, you put them somewhere, seal them up in an envelope, and give them to your mom. Tell her it's a Mother's Day present for her to hold on to.
Wait till she dies and leaves it to you in her will, and then cash that shit.
Till she dies. At the funeral, take it out and tell everyone that there's 200 Bitcoin in here, and they can go suck you, and then just go leave.
And then you just get shot, and they steal it.
Yeah, 'cause they kill you and they put you in the same casket as your dead mother. There you go.
It's gonna happen.
That's the dystopic future where Bitcoin is worth $200,000.
Oh god. So do you have anything else to say? We're getting a little bit long here, almost 30 minutes of just rambling and ranting about fucking crisis.
We've done a lot. People will be very much more informed than they would have been if they had wasted this time doing something else, perhaps reading articles or... I mean, actually, God forbid they went out and opened up the short position. Like, God forbid they did that. I don't think now is a good position to short. However, you do typically have a very you do have an active window before the collapse, or after Bitcoin has begun to fall, where the other accessory markets are still ripe for scalping. And I think you could definitely, if you were fast enough on it, you could definitely, if Bitcoin drops, like say 3%, you could definitely move over to Litecoin or EOS and start scalping some shorts and see some positive trades. Same thing for long positions. I'm just, again, like, hey, I'm just thinking here, you got to make money somehow, because right now, if you're not making money, you're not working. Like right now, I've just lost money all day. I might as well have wasted my life.
I mean, honestly, you might as well. Like,
I might as well have listened to 30 minutes of a podcast.
Like, this is a podcast now. I didn't know that the Crypt was a podcast, but now it's a podcast.
Well, technically it's a D-Live cast in other forms.
Yeah. So I want to, if anyone's actually listened to this all the way through, and you have a Steam account, let's do a little contest. Give me your price prediction for Bitcoin on, let's just do 1 week from now. So Well, actually, let's do Saturday night. So June 16th. Give me what you think the price prediction is going to be. Within like $100 window. So like, say like, you know, if you do 6,500, that would count all of 6,500 or whatever. I don't have a time, so whenever I wake up, I guess. And we'll see whoever wins. And to ensure that I know you watched the entirety of this video, I'm going to ask you, why did you watch this?
Why did you do this?
Why did you do that? So write in the Steam comment section, Mr. Cool Ice and Freak Glitcha, and no one else, because no one cares about me, and answer my questions.
Are you saying I can't enter?
You can't enter. I'm sorry, you're exempt.
Great. I wonder what Hinges is going to say about this.
Great. Just great?
Great. Just great. Now I can't make free money. Or whatever.
I don't know what you're going to win, but you're going to win something. Maybe I'll upvote you. Let's go to the 75% upvote from someone with 2,400 almost Steam power.
That's pretty powerful.
I'm powerful. I can't be stopped.
Cyber. Good episode. I have to go and get my crying done for the day, though.
Okay, there you go. You have anything else to say?
No, I'm 7,500 by this time next week.
Okay. There it is. That's Bricriu.
Bye, Cyber.
Oh, good app.